Do you find it hard to choose the best place for your stay in the Big Easy? The population of nearly 400,000 and an area of more than 350 square miles, New Orleans is a bustling city. When you're a visitor, you can easily find a lot of exciting things to do here to keep you occupied for at least a couple of weeks. Unfortunately, the city's vibrancy and diversity also make it quite challenging for visitors to figure out which hotels are most suitable for them. With that said, here are the top 10 accommodation options in New Orleans to make your trip a pleasant and memorable one. Number 10, Lafayette Hotel. Choosing this place as your base means you're pretty much in the middle of New Orleans CBD. It's surrounded by several green public spaces, and many of the main attractions are still within walking distance. Unexpectedly, despite the ultra-modern surroundings, the hotel's interior will transport you to a different era where traditional hospitality is still very much alive and well. The facade was decidedly made to look much older than it actually is, and as you walk through the front door, you'll feel some kind of quaintness in the air. The check-in happens on a small lobby desk. It feels so informal, as if you're checking yourself into a family-owned bed and breakfast. However, you should expect to bring your own bags to your room. Number 9, the Saint Hotel. Selling a lavish staying experience that's aimed at the younger market, the Saint Hotel is a newcomer to New Orleans hotel scene. Just for you to know, it's part of Marriott's autograph collection, which means you should expect a lot of bold and flashy elements during your stay, which mainly come from the brass decoration. Even in the lively and colorful French Quarter, it's hard to find a hotel with a more eclectic aesthetic in the area. There are a lot of decorative elements with an angel and devil theme. They're spread across a white and scarlet space, which denotes sin and saintliness. Velvet accents and oversized furniture pieces also abound throughout the hotel. Number 8, Blake Hotel. There's nothing much about the hotel's interior and decoration, but it's the location that makes Blake Hotel one of your best bets in New Orleans. It lets you avoid the noise of the busy French Quarter while still being close to it. In addition, it's still possible to walk to the downtown area's attractions. St. Charles Avenue is even accessible by tram. This location feels like what you typically find in a mid-range hotel. Oversized lampshades adorn the lobby, where visitors can relax on the low-slung sofas while they wait for the check-in procedure to finish. Nonetheless, large and tall windows in the rooms let in a good quantity of natural light, brightening the interior space. Number 7, the Whitney Hotel. This hotel is housed in what used to be a bank. Thankfully, many of the grand fittings from the original building have been kept in place and well preserved, giving the space a somewhat cinematic ambiance. Walking into its retro-suited lobby makes you feel like appearing in a noir movie, thanks to the jazz music playing in the background. Check-in process here is generally unfussy, and the staff is also friendly. There's even a sense of old-school formality, which is very contrast to the typical mid-range hotel in the Big Easy. Furthermore, the lobby's chic aesthetic is carried on to the rooms, offering guests the kind of look that reminds them of city hotels from 1920s movies. Number 6, Moxy. This new hotel is part of Marriott's youthful brand, and it provides guests with plenty of Instagram-worthy spots and a 24-hour drinking experience. And because it's located at the heart of New Orleans CBD, encircled by many of downtown's most popular attractions, you should expect to see a lot of younger guests in this hotel. The quirky contemporary lobby is centered around the small modern bar. The walls are decorated with vibrant frames, giving visitors a fantastic location to snap colorful pictures for their social media accounts. Some industrial-themed elements and abstract sculptures pop up in the corners amid the frivolity, making it a suitable spot for people in their 20s. Number 5, Katula Hotel. Tucked away on a narrow side street, this hotel provides guests with a relatively tranquil setting, despite being not too far from the most popular tourist attractions. In addition to being a boutique hotel, it serves as a social hub for both locals and visitors. The majority of events take place in the small but vibrant bar, which perfectly captures the lively atmosphere of the neighborhood. This chic hotel is housed in a 19th century Creole townhouse. You can see the building's original features poked through the wooden beams and rustic brickwork. However, despite these vintage elements, there's a strong modern atmosphere in this hotel. The petite size of the lobby also enhances the sense of coziness, reminding us of small and trendy coffee shops. Number 4, Cambria Hotel. This CBD property often gets overlooked by visitors, but it has some kind of artistic charm and modernity that makes it a deserving place on any top New Orleans hotel list. Julia Street and the French Quarter are easily accessible on foot in a matter of minutes, yet you can still find that much-needed peace of mind here thanks to its covert location. Don't be fooled by the classic red brick exterior, which perfectly suits the surrounding warehouse district. Once you walk past the front door, you can immediately feel a modern and bright atmosphere in the lobby, which is made possible by neon signs and plush furnishings. There's also a mini market, which can be handy when you're craving midnight snacks. Number 3. Loft 523. Surrounded by numerous major sites and nightlife options, this secluded A-list retreat surprises visitors with a Manhattan-style staying experience just 2 blocks away from the French Quarter. It features a modish interior and sleek lines, making it a refreshing alternative amidst other New Orleans, which tend to favor traditional styles. With only 16 rooms available, the service here feels intimate. Frank Lloyd Wright's architectural influences are apparent throughout the property, and oversized lamps enhance the trendiness of the space. Meanwhile, the unmarked copper door, as well as the industrial-style elevator and polished concrete flooring, offer an industrial contrast to the otherwise very minimalist decor. Number 2. Pontchartrain Hotel. We all know that New Orleans' hotel scene isn't exactly the most dynamic one, but this lower garden district breathes fresh air into it. This property is situated quite a distance from the most touristy parts of the town. Nonetheless, the streetcar that stops directly in front of the hotel makes it possible for you to have quick access to the most visited attractions in downtown. The presence of ivy greens and peony pinks in the room shows a nod to the old-fashioned glamour. Meanwhile, chaise lounges and velvet headboards, along with Caribbean-style furniture pieces, add a sense of plushiness to the oversized spaces. There's also a mini bar that's filled with locally made products, allowing you to prepare your favorite cocktail in the room. Number 1. Loews New Orleans. With amenities aimed at business and leisure travelers alike, Loews New Orleans offers guests an elegant staying experience just a few minutes from the Mississippi River. It went through a major renovation in 2014, which brought motifs and art pieces inspired by local cultures into the aesthetics of the hotel. The lobby's filled with light. The staff members are busy walking in and out of the front desk area to hand guests their keys personally, which is quite an intimate act. The rooms have floor-to-ceiling windows offering guests views of the mighty Mississippi River. Furthermore, Julian Farrell products can be found in the shower area. Takeaway. If you're a fan of vigorous and high-spirited places, then there's a big probability that you'll fall in love with New Orleans. Take the French Quarter, for example, which offers you historic accommodation options as well as the opportunity to be in the middle of it all, from great restaurants, soulful music performances, and fabulous views of the Mississippi River. Located down the river from the French Quarter, Bywater is also a great area to stay. Big hotel chains have not made their way here. Instead, you'll find locally operated bed and breakfasts that attract the young and hip crowd. There are also a lot of historic Creole houses that have been turned into small cafes, casual restaurants, and souvenir shops. All in all, whether you're in the Big Easy for the party of a lifetime or prefer to immerse yourself in an eclectic environment, New Orleans can surely provide you with a memorable and one-of-a-kind travel experience. As you plan your trip here, feel free to use the guide previously shown to you as a reference and to make sure that you'll be having a great time. Speaking of having a great time, you might want to check out what great things you can do while being in New Orleans in the video being displayed on your screen in the top right corner. See you in the next video.